cultures overlapping in unexpected, emotional, musical ways. And when global media flattens Iranian identity into headlines, geopolitical tension, and airport security checks, a song like Azizam softens something. And it reminds us that we're similar in ways we might not even realize. And it reminded me of other songs that made non-English words global. Despacito in 2017, which became one of the most streamed songs in history and brought Spanish to every dance floor on the planet. Gangnam Style in 2012, which exploded on YouTube and in many ways opened the floodgates for K-pop. Jai Ho in 2008, which globalized Bollywood sound. In many ways, music has always been a gateway into culture, but it also raises this bigger question I've been sitting with, which is, when is it okay to adopt a culture that isn't yours? When I called my sister to get her take on Azizam, she's 8 years older than me, she said she didn't have any hesitation towards Azizam. She was just excited to see Iranian identity being celebrated by a mainstream artist, even if he's not Iranian. And she's right, there's so much joy in hearing someone outside your culture say something that you grew up with. It reminds me of those viral videos when someone speaks a language that you wouldn't expect them to know. And people light up. They cry, they smile so big. And it makes me wonder, why is it so moving? Maybe because it feels like someone chose to learn something about you that they didn't have to. That feels like love, especially when that thing they chose to learn is something that's been used against you. Especially when we're taught to hide our culture, right? To cut our names short, to bring sandwiches instead of kotlet to school, to say Persian instead of Iranian because it sounded less threatening. So yeah, when someone chooses to learn something that we were once told to hide, that feels really powerful. And beyond just learning about each other, there's something deeply beautiful about the merging of two cultures and recognizing where they overlap. That overlap can feel like magic, like a reminder that we're not as far apart as we think. But being able to find overlap between cultures requires learning about multiple cultures. So I've been thinking maybe the line between cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation isn't always about what you do, but how you do it. I think the difference is care. I think the difference is credit. I think the difference is whether you voluntarily bothered to learn about the thing you're borrowing. The word voluntarily is important here because someone might study Spanish for years, but just because their school made them. That's not the same as learning a phrase just to connect with your friend's abuela. It's not the same as learning to pronounce someone's name the way they say it.